This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
Touch it, it falls. There you go. Good job.
Oh my god.
Nice and close.
Oh my god.
Here.
Chris.
It's like how when you're little and you go to see the Santa at the mall, you all think they all look the same, even though they're all different. The one I went to is the actual Santa. So,
anyways,
And Justin.
whether it be better equipment, whether it be merchandise, whether it be
a gold hat for myself.
a gold hat for Justin.
The episode starts now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia. We revisit everybody's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to mid-2000s.
This is Chris's free point episode.
My free point episode where we watch Boy Meets World.
We'll call it.
No, I was glad we went back to something good this week, you know? It's nice not to be doing those stupid movies
That was
anymore.
pretty good, Justin. Chris's free point.
What it is?
That's what happened.
So I'm actually really glad that we're doing this episode to get back in the groove of actually watching TV shows and
Things that we actually
real
liked.
good movies. Because for like a month we've watched shitty, terrible, awful things.
It was so
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
it made me
Terrible.
sick for about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, Justin's been sick.
Yeah, he like actually got sick.
Which is surprising because you fall asleep so much watching these movies, you think you'd be well rested and not get sick.
You think so, but nope.
Okay.
All right, so I don't have really a lot of nostalgia news this week, and not a lot of stuff happened. But we watched Boy Meets World season 3.
Yeah.
We watched episodes 1 through 5, 8
Uh-huh.
through 9, or 8 through 9, 8 and 9,
Uh-huh.
11, 12, 14 through 18, and then 20, 21, and 22.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description, and we'll kind of go through which ones we watched as we talk about it.
Yeah.
Justin, you have a fun facts theme for me? Sorry, talk about
yeah.
this.
Well,
great-
I was about to say, right before Justin does his fun facts.
Yeah.
I remember this season being one of the best seasons for you guys. Now, did it hold up to that? Because didn't you guys say that season 3 was one of your favorite scenes or favorite seasons out of the?
It's where it started
I don't know
getting
how many
really
is there.
good.
What is there, 7?
I would say it's season 3 is good, season 5 is really good, and season 6 is good. So yeah, it's probably the top 3 for sure. I don't rank them. I don't know how to rank them from there, but
It's kind of
out
a
of those
blur
3,
with all of them.
yeah. I would say this is definitely up there. Does it hold up? I mean, I watched this a lot, so yes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, this isn't something I watched. I haven't watched since I was like 5. I watched this like a year ago, so you know. Pretty much every time that we watch Boy Meets World for this podcast, I'm like,
my
I'm gonna keep watching it. So I just watch like the next season, and then I stop again. And then so I watched season 4 too while we're talking about it. What'd you? I mean, John, you're the one who hasn't watched this before. Were you surprised? Was it different to you, or was it the same?
It was different. There was a lot of making out in this season.
Yeah, there was.
There was a lot of making out in this season. A lot of kissing.
Yeah.
So from the season 1 to season 2, it seemed like they were just kind of transitioning from a kid show to more of like a teen show. This
Right.
is a full-on teen make-out session over here.
Yeah.
Show type of thing. So no, it was a lot different than season 2. Because there is full-grown adult humor.
Like I said last week, this is when it kind of changes and the tone changes, and really it's because of they finally figured out Corey, I think, and they made him a little more fleshed out and made his character better, and this kind of set the tone for the rest of the show. Because he's not the little kid trying to be cool. You know, he's just a guy. He's just a normal
Nerdy dude.
guy, nerdy guy.
So you're just a normal nerdy guy because I remember you comparing yourself to
I am
him.
very much like Corey. I embrace it. I
Just
mean,
normal, not average or not. You're just an average person, not.
yeah,
Just an average high school
very,
boy.
very forgettable. I'm okay with that.
I'm just your average high school boy.
Yeah.
There's nothing exciting about Chris.
Nothing exciting. Just here, taking up space. It's the best compliment I can give myself, really. Okay.
Wow.
Justin,
I think we need to talk to Chris about his self-esteem.
it's a cry for help, really.
Maybe we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
Let's talk about it right now.
Okay, here we go. Justin, you want to do the fun facts theme? Because I have a couple.
There's not really a theme to this season, is there?
It's
It's just kind of a little montage.
More look at the guitar.
Just colors and
Corey, Eric,
Yeah.
Corey, Eric, and Sean.
Sean playing pool and stuff.
So
I'll
there-
probably just put it in the same one I did last time, season 4 theme, because it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is that the
Yeah.
the freaking song that you guys always sing?
Yeah. Well, no, the one we sing is, well, it's Boy Meets World, which is later.
It's Boy
but-
Meets World. Running down this road that we call life.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah, this is
Let's just watch this.
totally know what you're talking about right now.
Let's just
totally.
watch next week. Let's watch season 4 and watch season 5. Let's just do them all.
It's another Boy Meets World podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hey, so you're not gonna do a fun facts theme? Is
Come on,
this the
Justin.
first episode you're not gonna do a fun
No, I'm
facts
gonna do
theme?
one.
He's in
It's just
one.
not gonna
Last
match
year we
the
had-
actual theme of the show.
It doesn't
Go ahead.
have to.
It's the fun facts theme. The fun facts theme. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, go on your fun
That's good.
facts.
I don't have any. I just wanted you to sing one. No, honestly, there's not many because I kind of did them all for the last couple seasons, but there's a couple. So
How old are they this season?
yes, that's a good fun fact. So this is the year where the transition happens. So
Yes,
last year,
no.
last year,
It was major. It was major.
well, they looked a lot bigger, right? So it was a lot. Puberty hit these guys hard, all 3 of them. So
They looked like they grew like 2 inches.
in the
3
summer,
inches.
it's fascinating. And like Corey filled out, like he wasn't strong. It's very interesting. So season 2, they talk a lot about how they're in 7th grade. Season 3, they don't ever really say what year they're in. But then next year, they're going to say they're 16. So this is the year where they jump 2 years without really saying anything about it. So this year, they are 8th, 9th, and 10th grade.
What?
Yeah. Because, like I said, next
They-
year is their junior year. And they talk
I mean,
about
they
how
use the
next
same
year's-
fucking set anyways. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
They're
it
always
doesn't
in the
matter.
same place in the
I
school.
know. I know. Okay, so throughout this season, they really did jump.
I mean,
they jumped 3 years.
I mean, it's not an official thing, but for some reason, season 4, they say he's about to get his driver's license and he's about to start his junior year. So
I have it where it was a really weird change because where was it? I think it was between episode 9 and episode 11. Sean and Corey looked so much older than
I know.
they actually.
I know.
It was like right in the middle of the season.
yeah, and I'm thinking
It seemed like they jumped.
So when they started filming this show, they were all about. Well, Corey was 2 years older than the part he was playing, and
Uh-huh.
then by the end of the show, he was the same age as the part they were playing. I think he grew so much in those years they had to like bring him up, and they wanted to elevate it and make it a little bit more of like a high school show and not like a little kid middle school show.
Okay.
Hence why they did the way they did.
What year did this come out?
This year, this would have been 95 to 96.
95, 96?
Yeah.
Yes.
So another fun fact. So John Adams High, right? It was also used in the sitcoms The Wonder Years, which is interesting because that's his brother. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
What?
Pretty in Pink,
Okay.
and Transformers. Is that interesting?
Huh.
That is
I think
weird.
it's from the outside is what I'm talking about, like that big like castle looking school that's not really a school, probably. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't film it in that.
No.
school,
That's
did they?
what I mean. No, I'm sorry, but that location.
That shot. Okay. Yeah. So the first episode, they kind of went right into just like setting the tone for the rest of the show because
It's about
there was
how
a lot of adult jokes.
Well, it's about
in
how
that-
he's hot for Topanga and he wants her.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
In that first episode.
Yeah.
And so this is how I like kind of worded my because the way that I set my notes is I go along throughout the show.
Right.
And I'm like, Sean broke the borough code super hardcore.
So
I wrote that right in the middle of the show.
So as someone
tell
as someone who has never seen this show, were you surprised? Did you think that was all set up, or were you surprised?
No, I was surprised.
You were, okay.
I did not think that was a setup.
So what happens is that Corey keeps chickening out and asking out Topanga. So then Sean says, "I'll ask her out," and he does.
Am I moving?
And then,
Sean's not beside me.
Yeah, exactly. And then they go on a date together, and then Corey gets mad, so he asks out Topanga's best friend, which is Brittany Murphy, who's crazy. That's crazy, right? That she's in the show, and she is so funny in this. Anyways,
I have Topanga's best friend. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Trini is her name.
She was crazy.
Yeah, and then but then you find out that he was just doing it because Sean was doing it to try to push Corey along. So that's interesting. You were surprised because I've seen this so many times that I know it's coming. But
Sean would never do that to Corey.
No, I was surprised. I didn't know because the tone was so much different. I didn't really know what to expect.
Well, yeah, and they could easily try to set up as like a love triangle,
Yeah.
And they kind of do that thing later.
Underpants. I always sleep like this. Underpants. Here we go.
What?
So, what's with Turner's black friend that becomes a teacher?
Eli. Eli's in the show.
Yeah.
Why
did they feel like they needed to add like another character to the show? Like, who did they lose?
I don't know why they added him. I mean, maybe they thought they were gonna flush out Turner more. Maybe.
I guess I don't know.
I don't know. It was interesting. He was a good character.
He's all right. Just there.
This is the episode that they had the mimes.
The mimes.
The mime club.
Oh, that's right. They put me in a box again. Man, I love him. Ethan Shirley is his name. The guy who plays Frankie. He's so great.
He's a really good actor too.
So,
but that was one of my favorite things where he was in the mime club and the mimes put him in a box. He started freaking out.
I'm glad
an invisible box.
This is their last season. Joey and Frankie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're not.
Do they write them off, or do they just not show them ever again?
They show them one more time, and I won't tell you how they show them, but it's actually pretty cool. But no, this is kind of like the last time it was kind of. I think the send off was supposed to be the send off for Joey was the Harley Kiner episode, which I want to talk about a little bit later. But Frankie sticks around a little bit longer. He has a couple more episodes. We didn't watch, I don't think, any of them except for a couple. But he's such a good actor. I think they just want to keep him around. But then, no, this is the last season. They could leave. And I think it's because, they don't need bullies anymore. You know what I mean? Like, they're the older class. They're the upper class.
I even think, like, now, like, they kind of didn't even need him now. Because, like...
No, they didn't need him this season. Yeah.
They didn't really have a big role in this season.
No.
I did like the Harley Kiner episode where he comes back.
It's a great episode. And it went...
He tries to fight Biff.
Griff.
Is it Biff?
Griff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biff. I got that from
Back to the Future.
Power Rangers. Power Rangers. And his name is... Isn't there a Griff in Power Rangers or no?
No.
One of the bullies?
Biff is the bully from Back to the Future.
You're talking about Bulk and Skull and Power
bad.
Rangers. Biff is Back to the
Oh, my
Future.
bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
But
Why
anyways,
do the shows in the 90s have bullies in them? I don't understand that.
I guess it's a thing. I don't know. It's very odd. Yeah, but that's a good episode when they come back. Because Harley Kiner's great. And it's always good to see Harley Kiner back.
Here I am, punctual as is my way, yet I do not see the object of my despise.
So, I guess you were sent up for bad grammar?
The beauty is I gave old Crisco Ed Kiner a fake wallet. I'd like to see his face when he finds out.
It'll look a lot like this, but perturbed.
All right, so episode 1, Topanga and him get together. Like that's like the main thing at the very end. The end was pretty cool.
Yeah,
they got together. It was the show did a really good job making it an iconic like moment.
Yeah, exactly.
The second episode, there was a lot of kissing.
Well, yeah. Why not?
There was a lot of
when in
kissing
Rome.
in
This
that
is-
episode.
this is
Like
the-
almost to the point where it was like weird.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like I'm watching like a 15-year-old kid kiss.
This is the one where Mr. Turner tells Sean that he's going on it to a wedding, and he has to stay at the Matthews. And then Sean tries to sneak back a date and realizes that Jonathan's there with his girlfriend, and
Yeah.
they get mad at each other. It's a good dynamic episode. I like how they flush out
No, it is.
Jonathan and Sean's relationship in this.
A lot of it's about parenting. A lot
Yeah.
of it showed Corey's parents a little bit giving advice, and then it showed just kind of, I don't know. I felt like if I was a parent and I was watching this show, I would enjoy that episode
Yeah.
because it kind of shows that sometimes when you mess up and you're a parent, like it's okay.
Yep.
He's still learning.
And there's a lot of and in this one, isn't this the same one where Mr. Feeney has his dentist over and they're gonna sleep together?
Yeah.
And then you find out Alan and Amy comes out in the lingerie or the
Yeah.
nightie. And Mr. Turner's like,
Yeah, no, this is the episode where it was about sex and kissing.
It was.
Like this. That's what that episode was about.
And it's also the episode when he goes, Sean, you gotta calm down. Just take another cold shower. He goes, I've used up all your cold water.
God.
Horn dog. Anyways, next episode was one of my favorites. It's the episode when Corey tells Topanga he loves her.
Which is hilarious because now everybody else is pissed at him.
Yeah, because now they all have to say it, and they all get whipped
Yeah.
because of it. It's so good.
But the
It
best part is
pretty
the
good.
end.
Eric's part
Well,
in this episode is pretty
Eric is.
funny.
This is
Yeah.
where Eric starts to become really dumb this season.
And it's good.
Yeah,
It-
this is the
it-
Eric that I know and that I like. He's starting to become
Yeah.
that comedic side thing.
Yeah, it goes too far, in season 6 and 7. But this is prime Eric, where he's kind of dumb, but he's hard to goal.
He's
You know what I
lovable.
mean? He's lovable. Yeah,
He's not plays
Um,
with squirrels,
he's not plays with
which is
squirrels.
still funny, but
It's different.
Have you guys ever said "I love you" in a relationship too soon? 'Cause this is what happened. Corey said "I love you" to
Well-
Topanga, and Topanga got scared.
John, if you don't mind me embarrassing you a little bit here,
I know
go.
I've done it.
I remember me and John sophomore year, same year. These guys are maybe. It's hard to tell what year they
We
are.
don't know.
but-
We don't know.
Yeah. We both liked girls that didn't really like us, kind of strung us along a little bit at the time, and we were having hard times with it. And John, I remember getting a message from John on MySpace, and he goes,
Oh God! What
John,
did I
he's
say?
like, dude, I think I love her. And I said, I don't think you do, man. do you remember that?
no,
Yeah. Did you
No, I
know?
don't remember that
did,
at
you,
all.
did you love her? I don't remember. I mean, I know everybody thinks they do.
no, I didn't love her.
Okay.
at the end of that episode, we kind of get the whole twist of the Topanga's and Corey's relationship. Though we start adding backstory now.
Yeah.
That wasn't
this is
really
where-
there.
Yeah. This is when they start talking about how they're friends since they were 3 or 4. And this is where kind of the stories start to get a little fuzzy, and they don't really make a lot of sense because these are the kind of shows that are never meant to be watched every single episode. They're never supposed to go back to old
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, because he hated Topanga.
Right. They don't make it sound like they're any in the
First
first
season.
season they don't make it sound like they're friends at all. And this is when they start adding backstory to it that doesn't quite make sense, but
It would have been easier if they had said, if they'd done the first seasons, if they had planned it out, oh, y'all used to be friends. Why you don't like her anymore? Oh, she's weird now.
Right.
If they had
Yeah.
done that, it made a lot more sense. And then when they got into
they
high
try
school,
to cover
I
it
know
up
they
at one
ha-
point in the later seasons where he says something along the lines of, I tried to act like I didn't like her because Eric made fun of me. But I don't think that was actually, I think they're just trying to cover themselves up.
which
They're
doesn't
stretching
it doesn't
a little
bother
yeah,
me.
exactly.
So this is when Turner's friend,
Yeah.
the teacher, starts bad mouthing Feeney, and Feeney still hires him.
he has a love for
He
kids.
stole Feeney's coffee, and
That's right. Little man with a mustache.
yeah.
Power tripping all up in here. Yeah. It's
Would
good
you have
stuff.
hired someone if they would have said that stuff to you?
Probably not.
No.
No.
No, I wouldn't have done it.
My favorite part of this is this conversation he has with his mom about saying I love you. And he's like, I went too far last night with the bang gun. She's freaking out.
See, last night I was out with Topanga. We were having a really nice time, so I figured why not go for it?
Go for it? Corey, what are you saying?
I went too far with Topanga.
Oh my God. How did this happen?
She looked so pretty, Mom, and there we were all alone in the back room at Chubby's.
and your glass shatters. That's so good.
Oh man, that was good. Okay, so the next episode is with the guidance counselor.
Yeah, the only reason I wanted you to watch this is because Harley was in it.
Harley Quinn gets back.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Hey, Mr. J.
Wow.
Harley Kiner.
Harley Kiner gets back. My bad. I thought this was a funny episode. Like I liked. I didn't have a problem with it. I liked it.
They wrote him well for him coming back. Like I feel like sometimes when people come back, they don't write it right. Like they lose it how they're supposed to write for him, but they did a good job with him.
The counselor never came back in any other episodes.
No.
My favorite bit of that episode was whenever Corey would leave class and Harley was out there, and he'd be going backwards. And the great thing was, I gave him a fake wallet.
Yeah, he chases him down again.
Or it's like the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, exactly. John, did you think the guidance counselor was hot, or?
No.
I thought she was stupid. Is this your first
No.
time? Mine too. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She had a very sweet voice. That's all I have to say. She had very good advice. She was very wise.
She's very wise. And that's all
That's all
that
I had
matters.
That's all I had to say. I wasn't gonna say she was probably the hottest person in the episode or anything like that.
What John finds attractive is a smart person, and that's why that's why she's attractive, right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next episode is next episode is the first episode I ever remember watching. I remember this is the first episode I ever saw as a kid.
This is a very
And it
season
was
one
Hometown.
episode.
The
Hometown
hero
Hero?
episode.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a very obvious life lesson, and it's very good. I thought.
Yeah, this reminded me of the first.
See,
couple
okay,
of
so
seasons.
I-
It's very classic.
So this is the point where I saw episode 5 and I started to realize that every episode now this season is starting to have a life lesson again.
Is that
like
bad or
it almost feels like they're going back to it. Season 2 didn't have this,
Yeah, it's
but
true.
season 3 they're starting to have these lessons again that kind of it's like a moral.
Not all of them though. I mean, some of them do, but not all of them.
I think there's
Did you
obviously
like it, though?
something to
Did
learn.
you
But
like it?
honestly, it honestly the ones that didn't they weren't entertaining to me. They were kind of boring.
The one that didn't or did?
Didn't.
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay. Well, I think it's good to have them. I think most episodes do have it. It's not as obvious as others, where it's like him talking to Mr. Feeney or something about his problem he has. You know what I
this
mean?
was definitely filler,
Yeah.
but it was good filler.
I like it a lot. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's very. I think Eric trying to become the weatherman is really funny.
Yeah.
And the velvet carpet to his locker. The whole thing I thought was really funny. But again, I think I have a soft spot for it because this is the one I remember watching when I was little. But
All right, so the next one we skipped episode 6, 7.
Yeah.
And we went to episode 8, and this is the episode with the anniversary.
yeah, the rave. So Eric wants to throw an illegal rave, but they find out it's the same day as the anniversary, and the parents think it's going to be an anniversary, so they have to make it into an anniversary party.
So
this
so
has-
zany.
So zany. This has 3 of the 4 cast members of the band and TV show The Monkey.
Which was great.
So it's Peter, Mickey, and Dave. Now Michael was the 4th one, and he's alive, but he didn't want to do the show, so they just did it without him. But
That's funny.
and then Davy Jones died like a couple years ago, and then Peter just died this week. Which
Yeah,
is pretty
yeah, no,
crazy.
he died very soon. It was either this week or last week, I can't remember, but
Yeah,
That's Topanga's dad, right?
no,
Topanga's dad, right?
yeah.
Or one of her
So,
dads, or
my
Yeah, one of her dads.
one of the
This is
many
the
actors
virgin-
that play.
my favorite
Yeah.
my favorite part of this episode was Reginald Fairfield.
Played by Davy Jones. He is a great. Every line he has in this is so funny. I'll put him in. But
Hello. Is this by chance the Matthews residence? Ah, wait. I see it.
See what?
Amy's nose and brow.
Alan's eyes and pronounced chin. You must be their son.
Wow, no one in my entire life's ever said I look like my parents.
Well, clearly no one else was an Oxford school phrenologist.
Oh, are you the cable guy?
Hardly. I'm an old friend of your parents. Amy. Amy, you look so lovely. Goodness gracious. You haven't changed.
Oh, that is so sweet. Who are you?
Reginald Fairfield.
Huh.
Who's at the door?
Reginald Fairfield. Alan, from your college backpacking trip through Europe, how are you?
Oh, yeah.
You said if I were ever in the States, there'd be a couch with my name on it. Dad, look, Reginald Fairfield. Well, I'd love to freshen up.
So, Reg, how long do you think you'll be staying with us?
Well, as long as I'm welcome.
Hear that, hon? He left 20 minutes ago.
Oh, no, he's a little...
Annoying.
Well, be nice. He did guide us through Europe.
Didn't guide us. He followed us.
Alan, do you have any softer towels than these?
And 20 years later, he's picked up the trail.
Every word you say.
Oh, come on. Wake you, but I have a free phone. Hello, Mum. Sorry to wake you, but I have a free phone.
Okay, hot tub's up and running.
All right, darling, let's go test it out.
Not so fast. The little English guy's doing laps.
George, I thought I lost you.
Yes, well, the best laid plans.
Well, Reginald Fairfield, what are you doing here?
Well, your kind neighbor, Mr. Feeney, saw me over the fence and invited me for lunch.
I did not. I merely said good morning. Are you staying with the Matthews?
And here I am.
Reginald, I'm sorry, but I have a full morning of classes before lunch.
Why, thank you, George. I would love to sit in. Yes, they're right outside the front door. Oh, by the way, thank you for the lift, Gordon.
Well, I really didn't have much choice, did I? You were sitting in my car.
What do you think about Corey thinking that his mom was hot in the picture?
That was pretty hilarious.
That was weird. Eric did too.
Eric did too.
Or at the end, it was his cousin he was hitting on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that whole episode's kind of scarring.
I think I love you. That's your cousin.
Okay,
Yeah.
how do you up till this point? I felt I liked Sean up to this point, and then I guess as the season went along, I didn't start to like him as much. I thought that he was making some decisions in the episode, like the way that they were writing him, that he wouldn't make. I don't know.
He's
why.
starting to kind of go down a little bit.
Sean's story is supposed to be like a tragic story. He's supposed to. Like,
I know it's an emotionally disturbed story. Like that's what he is. Like his home life has made him some type of emotionally disturbed.
Yeah,
but
it gets worse.
I don't.
His decisions.
I
get
mean,
a lot
I'm sure
worse.
it does. I'm sure it does. But I don't know. You can up to this point in the season, you could kind of see a change in Sean a little bit.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like so the episode is coming up where Sean, like he tells Corey to pretend to be him.
Oh,
like,
right. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seemed weird to me.
Well, before we do that, though, I have one other thing. I have a fun fact about this episode, other than the fact that it's the monkeys playing. So do you guys know who that manager was at the end? Who was like, "Oh, y'all are pretty good. Y'all should."
I assumed he was someone famous, but I didn't really know who he was.
Have y'all heard of the show The Partridge Family?
I have.
It's about a band, a family band that tours, and that's what the TV show's about. And he played the manager in that show, so that's where he comes from. Also,
so it was like a connection to that show.
Yeah,
because he said I would like a band that didn't have a mom in it.
Right, that's what he was talking about. Also, they're in that episode. You remember how Frankie sends away the band that's supposed to play, and then Topanga freaks out and starts yelling at him?
Yeah.
She calls him a mall rat. In this year, the movie Mallrats came out by Kevin Smith. And was that who directed it?
Yeah.
Kevin Smith? And he's in it. That's why she called him a mall rat. Because he was in the movie. He was kind of like a little shout out to him. Yeah. So anyways,
it's great.
Yeah, okay. So
good fun fact. totally caught that line.
I'm really scraping the bottom, man, because I did all the fun facts of the last shows we did. right, let's do that show you're talking. Let's do that episode you're talking about. The episode when he pretends to be Topanga, or Topanga. Sorry, he pretends to be Sean.
Yeah.
So he pretends to be Sean at another person's party because they're in a rut, and when he goes there to be Sean, he realizes that Topanga is acting like a French girl.
And when he meets her, the guy she's with is like,
You're the French girl? I'm talking to you.
And she doesn't speak English, pal. Now back off.
No, you back off now.
Corey, don't make a scene.
Whoa! I just understood French. Hey, Gordo, guess who speaks French?
Yeah, he's like, would you like to dance? But yeah, so that's so anyways, I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty interesting.
little twist at the end there where they never really
break
said
up?
they broke up. They just kind of
They
left.
did. They did. It was really awkward and weird that the way that they broke them up.
Yeah.
I thought. I didn't think the writers did a good job. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is the episode that I started to realize they're acting like adults, like pure on full-grown adults.
Yeah, about their
All the characters do.
Well, they always make a joke later on how Topanga and Corey's have always acted older than they are anyways. I think kind of making fun of how they used to act in these seasons.
Yeah, they make it sound like they're like always been married since the point when they were little. I like the scene though at the end when they're like they both come back because they're second guessing it, and then they walk away again. I thought that was kind of cool.
Makes me sad.
Yeah.
And then they have the little sad song where they show flashbacks of them in the years before.
And they'll never be together again.
Oh.
But I like it better. I like it when Corey gets single in this because then he kind of starts to play the field a little bit, and I think it's pretty cool.
So episode 14, this is the episode that I thought that they grew like a foot between episode 12 and episode 14. They looked a lot different, in my opinion. So this is the episode that Sean saw Topanga kiss someone else,
right,
and freaked the fuck out.
But the most important part about this episode is, did you notice the new character? Morgan is back.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, Morgan comes back. Yeah.
She
Your favorite
played by
character.
a new person. She jumps like 3 years. She's not as
and she mentions herself like gone.
Yeah. They make a joke
like,
about it.
Yeah.
But I don't mind her as much anymore. At least she's old enough now to where the joke she makes actually makes sense. The last Morgan was too young to make those jokes, so I don't mind this Morgan at all. But yeah, it's funny. She's in it the rest of the show.
They did change actresses.
They did change her, and she's like 2 years older than her.
My favorite part of this
very
episode is when he kisses Melissa after he goes to their parents' house, and he goes, "You feel it? Nope. Okay, bye." And he just runs off.
And he goes, "My best to your folks."
And he just runs off.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like how Topanga is like, I never kissed him like I kissed you. She was full on making out with that guy. She was all over him. Like that's
But no. Like there's a kiss, and then there's a kiss. Remember when he cheated on her?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's true.
All right, guys, we're gonna pause real fast for a word from our sponsors.
Homebrewed Tree Service has been providing the DFW area with world-class tree care for many years. When it comes to tree service in the DFW area, you can trust them to provide quality work with low prices and friendly, fair customer service. Whether you have a tree that needs pruning or complete removal and haul-off service, you can count on them for a wide range of expert care. Go to hbtreeservices.com and sign up for a free estimate.
Okie dokie, John. Okie dokie.
Oh my god.
Running out of them. Okay.
Okie dokie?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie?
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, so this episode also has Eric trying to get into college, and he gets into, what is it?
Boris.
Boris. So Eric gets into Boris College. And gets super excited about it, but then realizes that this college is not real.
They said it was a diploma.
He said when I realized I got accepted, and then 2 days later they sent me a diploma, I realized it was fake.
My favorite part is the way Turner says it. He goes, Mr. Feeney goes, well, it is as we feared. I called, and there is no Boris. And then Mr. goes, George, come on, Boris. Oh man, that's good.
No, my favorite. This is probably one of my favorite jokes of the season. They're talking about Boris and how it's like a funny name and everything like that. And he goes, "Hey, you see that girl over there?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "She just got into a school called Duke. Who's gonna tell her?"
That's really good. Oh man, yeah, that's a good episode. So then the next one I want to talk about was life lessons. So this is a very powerful episode. This is the episode when they all forget to study for their final exams, and they want him to change the exam schedule, and Mr. Feeney won't. And there's a group of guys who get really pissed and actually like egg his house and toilet paper his house and break his windows and stuff. And he decides to. Good.
I was gonna say, have you ever gotten so mad at a teacher? You don't do this, but you kind of think like, maybe I should. I wish I could just like hurt that teacher a little bit.
No. I don't think I have. John.
I have. Not hurt it physically, but emotionally hurt the teacher a little.
Just
bit.
bully her.
Okay.
Call her fat.
Just go online.
There's obviously something wrong with you, John.
I
Black
doubt
Miller,
that. I doubt
or
that.
something.
No, I know so many of other people have been like, God, I hate this fucking teacher.
I could say I haven't
yeah,
liked them. I don't want to cause them harm.
Not even emotionally.
No.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
No.
No, I have.
Probably the closest I had, John, was that biology teacher we both had. She was terrible. I hated her.
No, I really. Okay, hey. Now, instance, I wanted to cause her harm. Not physically, emotionally.
Probably because y'all were
I wanted
bad
to cause her a little
students.
bit of harm. That's why.
Well, yeah, that's part of it.
Y'all did not have the drive I did in high school.
I did cause her some emotional. Just I don't know. She was. Yeah.
See, everybody.
No, she hated me.
Chris and John were in
she
the
hated me.
regular classes.
Yeah, we
I
weren't
was
smart.
in the AP classes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay.
But we could see how
okay.
how successful we are because of this.
Yeah.
I
John-
definitely am thousands of dollars more worth than all of them combined.
Me and Justin both almost failed out of college, so you know.
It obviously meant absolutely nothing.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, but anyways, and then but then he decides to stay because Sean gives them a speech about what he learned from Mr. Feeney, and Mr. Feeney decides he's going to stay and keep teaching. It's a really sweet episode, and the guy from The Sandlot's in it. The Bambino is in this episode. Mm-hmm. So then we have the Disney episode. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before that? The Disney
No.
World
Okay.
episode?
Well. Before the Disney episode, it was episode 20, and this is when Sean gets like. He gets upset because Turner doesn't want to be his legal guardian.
Oh, right.
Or like he feels like Turner doesn't want to be his legal guardian.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And this developed the characters, this bond that the characters have very well.
Yep.
I feel like this is one of a really good episode in the series.
And one of the best
in the
characters
season.
comes back, and it's Sean's dad, who is so good.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
Chet.
Man, he's great. I love Chet. He's so good. But he's good in this. It's good to have him back. I think he sticks around now. I don't think he leaves again.
So the Disney World episode.
Did every show in this time have a Disney World episode? I feel
At
like
least
they
on
did.
ABC they did, because they had to.
Friends
sense.
didn't.
They're owned by
Friends
Disney.
didn't have one.
That's true. But I mean, like kids show, like Full House did. I think Step by Step did.
Well, they were all ABC.
They all had an
so
episode.
it makes
Yeah,
sense.
I was about to
ABC
say,
shows.
It's like it's a younger show. Like they're shooting for not an adult audience, but like a younger audience, and that's what younger kids do. They want to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
So it's good marketing.
Yeah.
I think I think that's when ABC got bought out by Disney. Pretty early on there, so they're probably just using it as a marketing ploy.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, it kind of makes Corey seem a little crazy that he went all the way to Disney World for, doesn't it?
in a animal plane or whatever.
Yeah,
plane
Yeah,
they
they
had to
they
go
didn't
in.
write that really well. I feel like
I think it's meant to
didn't or they
be a
didn't?
little crazy.
they didn't.
Because
Yeah.
he does not, as we've said, he does not act like a normal teenager.
Right.
Nor does he say things
he
like a normal
doesn't.
teenager. He's definitely way above his mental level, emotional
Yeah,
level
he
as a
is.
normal teen.
Yeah. But it's funny that they go. I mean, it makes the plot.
It's
That's all
cute.
they really do is make it. Yeah, they make a
Especially
plot.
when there's fireworks after they make up and now they're together
They sleep
again.
They sleep on a log ride.
We're all
and he goes,
happy.
"Oh, I'm so stiff." And then Sean's like, "The best sleep I ever had." And he goes scuba diving, and he says, "I'll chase you forever," or something like that.
He's Aladdin in one of the.
Yeah. Good stuff.
But now they're back together.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Heidi's in it. Heidi plays the dolphin
So-
trainer from Heidi from Home Improvement. She plays the dolphin trainer.
Yeah, there's a who was the blonde girl at the very end?
I don't know who that was. I don't know who that was supposed
Is
to
that
be.
so? Then he starts to talk to the dolphin
Yep.
about all his problems, all his woman
And
problems.
Topanga's right there.
And then the
and
dolphin
then Topanga
eats.
just happens to be right behind him.
Well, and where
hiding.
Topanga was standing, like he walks away, and she literally almost runs into him. Like there's no way he didn't know she was there.
Yeah.
And that's when she realizes, oh, he's not just trying to score with me. He actually wants to be with
There's
me.
a lot of
And they
these.
kiss.
Corey says some things out loud, and Topanga overhears it.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no! So hey, something I did like about this episode, because she's like, Corey, you're like a playboy. Like you look like you need to have a robe and a pipe in your mouth.
Yeah,
And he's like, what are you talking about? And then he would always turn around. That this like creepy girl that would
Yeah.
always be there, like trying to make
Yeah,
out with
exactly.
him.
Yeah, it's funny.
Because that's who she thought he was here for.
That's
What was
right.
her
He thought
name?
he was- I don't know. It was
Kristen.
Dana. Kristen, you're right.
Dana, Kristen.
Who's Dana?
Yeah.
Oh, Dana's the girl that what's his name dates. Sean dates in that episode. Anyways, I don't think we watched that episode. I might have skipped it.
But now they're back
Anyways,
together and everybody's happy.
Back together.
Yeah.
And then the last
So then-
episode, I figured John and Justin, you both would like the last episode a lot with the brother relationship there.
No, yeah, it was a good episode. Is it weird that my favorite part about that episode though was the Feeny puppets?
I know, Mr. Matthews.
I can't remember. I don't remember that.
You remember the Peanut Puppet?
I don't remember that.
No,
really?
it was funny. Hello,
Uh,
Mr. Matthews.
he got-
You need to go to detention, Mr. Matthews.
The Feeding Puppet does come back a little bit later.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
in the giant underpants.
How about the fact that while Corey is in at Disney World, there's a dummy of Corey
Dummy of Corey.
that Eric has, and Feedy's like,
Mr. Matthews, what are you doing? I just put my books away. I thought I saw you stuff your brother into your locker. Now, why would I want to go do something like that? I don't know. But I clearly saw a curly-haired boy enter your locker.
Why would I want a curly-haired boy in my locker?
Again, I don't know. Now get him out of there.
Oh, hey, George, can I grab a word with you a second?
Mr. Turner, I'm busy right now, but I'll be with you.
There's no Corey in here.
Do you think I'm a dummy, Mr. Matthews?
No, not you.
They give Eric a life-size stuffed Corey to
dummy.
pretend to be at school and different things like that.
And
So
there's
then
a-
someone's coming by and he stuffs the thing into his locker, and Beanie gets upset because he's like, "You just stuffed Corey in your locker."
what's also a really
that's
funny
funny.
hidden scene about that is that there's a scene where he's walking out with Corey, and you hear the teacher say, "Good oral report, Mr. Matthews." Like he had to give a speech as the Corey puppet. And then he puts his head in the door. He's like, "You're welcome," and he pulls it out really quick. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to the final episode. Yeah, so the Feedy puppet's pretty funny. It's Sean's, or sorry, it's Eric's last day of school, and he's certain he's gonna get into this college. I forget what it's called. He was waiting for the. Oh, it's like DVAU. Like he had like 10.
But he doesn't get it.
But he doesn't get in. But before he doesn't get in, Corey's having a really hard time with him leaving, and them not ever having a good
I didn't
relationship.
recognize what he was having a hard time with until midway through the episode where he gave his speech at his goodbye dinner.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to know. I think you know something's messing with him, but you don't really know what it is.
Yeah. So they did have a fight like in his room, like
They
they were
did,
wrestling
yeah.
in his
Yeah.
room. He got upset. That's the first time you've ever seen something like that.
Physical,
in the series.
And
up
that's
until
when
this point.
And that's when Eric says he's going to leave early. It's pretty dramatic, honestly, when you really think about what's happening there. Is that something you all can relate to with your brothers and stuff?
Yeah. I feel like I would have probably, with all the emotion and different things like that, I probably would have handled it differently, but I would have felt the exact same way.
Right.
That he.
But we're
felt.
also the older
Yeah.
brother, so it's
true.
a little bit different.
That's true.
Like
That's
we're
true.
both the oldest.
Did you ask how? Oh, I was going off Eric. Are you?
Oh,
Are you
I was
asking how we would
asking in
feel if
general.
we were Corey.
I mean, me and my sister, when she went to college, we fought a little bit right when she was going. I think it's the same thing. We were just a little, you get a little mad when you know you're not going to see him for a while, But I was wondering if you guys could relate to that. It's a little different with brothers because I feel like with brothers you like actually become like best friends as y'all get older. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, I think my brother was a little too young when I left because
That could be.
My brother was
But-
only in 5th or 6th grade.
That's true.
But I remember feeling the same way that Eric felt because I resembled more towards Eric in the episode where he was leaving and he was excited about leaving, but then he also like had a little brother that he was like, well, he's younger. My brother's 2.5 years younger, and then Corey was 3 years younger, so there's not much of a difference there.
Right.
So I did feel like, oh yeah, he has his own friends. He's dealing with his own stuff. And then the parents said, well, he's getting a girlfriend and he has friends that you can actually hang out with. Like you and him have a lot more in common
Than you thought.
than
yeah.
you realize.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking that at the time that I was leaving as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool that show actually said what I was thinking at the time.
Yeah. Well, cool. And then they decided to go on a road trip together throughout the summer. So we'll pick up that.
I don't know what's gonna happen after the summer.
It does start there.
Apparently they grow.
They do grow again, and then he's
lot.
16. So yeah. Okay. So you guys do final thoughts? Favorite characters? Any favorite characters? Any least favorites?
My favorite. So we didn't mention a lot of Eric this
Yeah.
season, but there was a lot of side stories with Eric because he was a main character in the show.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of side stuff that I liked that Eric would say, just some one-liners and different things like that. I would probably say he was my favorite part of the show.
Uh-huh.
Sean was probably my least favorite.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it was about Sean that kind of bothered me this season, but he kind of bothered me this season a little bit.
Yeah, he's gonna really bother you later then.
I don't know. I felt like he was really deceptive.
Yeah,
And
he's
kinda
not.
helped.
He's not like
So,
that
like-
later. He's different later.
But he still
But
makes
yeah,
you
I get
mad.
Yeah, he'll make you mad. Yeah.
Okay.
But in a good way.
Okay.
In a way that makes sense with his character. All right. What about you, Justin? You have a favorite
Yeah, Eric.
character?
This is definitely when Eric became funny and before he went all crazy in season 6 and
Right.
7. So this is
Yeah.
kind of we're getting to peak Eric here.
Yep. Yep.
Corey was a lot better.
He was.
He's a lot more Corey than he was in season 1 and 2. Definitely the one I remember him the most. Mr. Feeney, I still like him.
Mr. Feeney's always
and
great.
Turner's
great.
and the dad as well. I've always liked the dad.
So all of them.
Pretty much. I like everybody.
Wow.
Topanga was kind of
Mine's probably
absent a lot this season.
Yeah, and like I said, they don't really get into. Her character gets more fleshed out, especially next year with the hair episode and everything like that. That's when it's just,
The hair episode's really good.
That's really early on too. That's like the second episode of the next season.
So you said there's 16 in this episode, right? Or this season?
They are no
13,
16
14,
next
15.
season. Yeah, 13, 14, 15.
No, like in reality,
No,
they're 16.
They're 15 in this one.
They're 15. Okay.
Yep. Okay, yeah. My favorites would probably be Mr. Turner or the dad, but it always is the dad because he's great. Okay, so final thoughts.
It's Boy Meets World. You get a point.
I'm really nervous.
So
Give my points.
I really didn't like Sean in this season.
All right.
So because of that,
Don't do it.
You get
No, we
.99.
give you a point.
Okay.
The characters they fleshed out the characters very well in this season.
Yeah.
Corey, I actually like Corey more this season than I have any other season.
You're kind of starting to see why why we like him so much, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but see, like Chris says that he's just kind of like a normal kid. I didn't feel like he was like a normal kid here. I feel like he was going through like, I don't know, a lot of emotions that I've gone through. He was I shouldn't say this. He was more relatable.
That's why he's normal.
Yeah.
Than any. Yeah. But I felt like he was more relatable in situations that weren't normal. Does that mean, I don't know how to word that.
I don't know what that
It's
means.
how you
He
would,
got in situations that I don't feel like that a normal person would get into, but it reminded me of emotions that I felt when I was younger.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
But I didn't feel like I didn't feel like he was like a normal character. I felt like he was the only unnormal one there sometimes.
Okay, I can see that. I can see where you can say that. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you get a point.
Cool. All right. Sorry, guys. It's a good show. I'm sorry. It's just a
I
great
love
show.
it. It's okay.
Justin's all smiling over
I
here.
love it.
And you know what? Now that
I
watched,
love it.
Now I've watched
I love this show so much.
Now that I've watched half of season 4, I can tell you it gets better. Yeah, I love it. It doesn't get better than this. I don't think. Every time I watch it, I'm like, except for Dragon Ball, that was a lot better than this movie. Movie and TV show, both were good. So Justin, what are you watching next week, man?
All right, so
What are we watching next week?
I got this idea going through Netflix about a month ago, and I rewatched it, and I was like, "This is perfect." This is the Scooby-Doo live-action remake.
Oh no!
Did you
Really?
Did you like this when you were little?
No!
I did.
Justin, did you?
No, I didn't. I hated it. Oh my god!
I've never seen it before. I'm gonna be honest
I
with you.
thought we were done with live action movies.
So
I've actually never seen this before.
this is a really interesting movie because there's a lot of debate on whether it's a parody or not.
Okay, interesting.
And there's a
When
lot
did
of
it come out?
there's actually
Yeah.
a lot of good stuff to come out of it,
Is
character-wise.
Okay. live action trash trilogy part 4. No, I'm excited about it. I wasn't really a Scooby-Doo fan when I was little, so I never really saw this movie, but I'm interested to see what
I liked Scooby-Doo when I was a kid.
I love Scooby-Doo.
When this came out, I liked it, but then when I rewatched it later on, it was interesting.
I'm interested to see the CGI dog and what that looks like nowadays. Isn't Freddie Prinze Jr. in this?
It's basically anyone you could think of early 2000s famous is in this movie.
Nice.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm interested in it.
I'm not. I did not like this movie when I was little. Okay.
I can't wait.
I have different words and I can't wait, but we won't say them on the podcast.
That's all right.
More like Scooby Poo. Is that what you're thinking, John? All right, do you want to take us home, John?
No.
Because that means we got to watch Scooby-Doo.
I didn't.
You can find us.
I didn't know we were watching Scooby-Doo next week. This is.
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter at Another Man's Pod. Or you can email us at anothermanspod@gmail.com.
Justin should do it for
You
now
can
on. He's a lot
also
better
find
than
us
you are.
on any podcast site that you wish.
Any of them.
Anything. Such as iTunes or
I don't.
Spotify.
Podbean. Or Spotify.
What about SoundCloud, Chris? What about SoundCloud, huh? Is it on SoundCloud?
If you want to listen to the Spider-Man episode from last season, you can listen to it on SoundCloud. I don't know what's
But
on there
John
really
runs
quick.
all the social media, so if you hate something from there, be mad at him.
All right. So next week, the greatest movie of all time, I'm guessing.
Scooby-Doo!
That's good. All right. Thanks, you guys, for listening. We'll see you next week.
Peace.